Welcome to Three Stitches podcast, episode number 2. This is the first of our single person podcasts, as both me and my sister are now safely at our prospective colleges. I am in Buffalo, New York now, um, at Deanville College. This is my lovely dorm room. You can only see about half of it in the camera view. Um, so glimpse into a college person's life now. Um, Senior year, second semester, I graduate at the end. And Lindsay is now uh, at University of Houston in her second semester of her sophomore year. Um, let's see. I'll just recap a little bit about what's happened. I'm gonna try and keep this short. I know our last episode, because it was the three of us together, and it was like 45 minutes long, and that can get a little much. But once we get talking, and we're the best of friends, and we love to chat. We have the best of times. Which is why we started this podcast, so you can keep up with our lives, and so we can keep up with each other's lives. I apologize for my voice, and I keep sniffling. Part of my recap will be is I flew in on Thursday, right after we did our last podcast. It was recorded on Wednesday. I didn't get it uploaded until Sunday. Um, but so I flew in on Thursday. Flight was good. Left at 10:30 in El Paso time. Stopped in Phoenix for a couple hours. Left at 2 in Phoenix and arrived in Buffalo at 8 p.m. My boss Ed Riley picked me up from the airport. Came back here. It's good to be back in Buffalo. I do miss home already, but such is life. And so I'm thinking that somebody on the plane had a cold or was getting cold, didn't realize it, and with all that recycled air, Saturday morning, whoa, I woke up. Guess what? I'm sick. So, um, things have been quite normal for college life. Friday night, I went to good friends of mine house down the street, Dick and Aaron. They used to be RAs as well. They're now engaged, living together. And so that's sort of like the RA hangout now. We go there most every Friday night, play board games, and have a couple drinks, just, unwind after the week. So it was good to get back into the swing of things with that. I came a little late, so I didn't play uh, board games with them because a, um, I had my knitting, so I wanted to knit. I wanted to get some work on my socks done. B, they were playing a game called Killer Bunnies and the Quest for the Magical Carrot, which it sounds quite odd. I've only played it once. It's quite fun. Um, I'll shout out to my sister right now, Lindsay. You would love this game. It is completely random, and the people who made this game must think exactly like you. Um, so maybe when I save up enough money to buy all the card decks, because there's like 10 card decks that go with this game, I will get you and we'll get you started playing with it. But the game is like 4 hours long, and it's a you win completely by chance. It's kind of hard to explain without actually having the physical deck in front of me, so I'll just leave it at that. It's a fun game, a random game, a complicated game, and with a weird name. Lindsay would love it, and it can last up to 4 hours long. But past that, we've played for hours. And so what? Where was I going with that? Oh, that was the other reason I didn't start playing, because I wanted it out there at a reasonable time. I was still adjusting to the Eastern time. I was tired. I had my knitting. But I ended up staying for the entire game anyways. It ended about I got there at 10. I left at midnight. We left at midnight, maybe 12:31ish. I don't know. So it was a pretty short game. So that was Friday. Saturday, finished unpacking. Actually, not finished unpacking. I still haven't finished unpacking. My room is an utter disaster right now. I just kind of like turned on my camera, was like, okay, what can they see? And just kind of like moved everything over on my bed. That's because that was my unpacking zone. So I sleep on one side of the bed, and all my stuff is on the other side of the bed right now until I can get settled. Um, like really settled. What else? So Saturday was that. Saturday, most everyone arrived. I worked on the dorms didn't officially open until Sunday at noon. And so as RAs, we were allowed to come back early, but because we had to do door tags, we had to do our bulletin boards, and then just like general cleanup, make sure everything was okay for when the residents arrived. So my door tags were quite simple. I think I have one right. Actually, yeah, sorry about that. So my mom came over the summer, came back from Michael's with this little like sample, and she was like, "This would be great for door tags." I'm like, "Yeah, it would, but I've already done my door tags for the fall semester, so I'll save it for spring semester." So I did. So I brought this with me, stuck it in my scanner, scanned it, cut out this little bit, and then like erased the thank you, and copied and pasted a whole bunch of Microsoft Word, put the names on them, printed them out in Ed's office because he got his color printer fixed finally. That's usually what we use for our bulletin boards. Put the names on them, stuck them on the doors. Realized they were too small, took them down, reprinted them. They're a little bit bigger. Did them again, put them on the doors. That was done. Um, and then I did my bulletin board, which is on seasonal affective disorder this month, because um, Buffalo's had a mild winter so far. From what I've heard, when I landed, it was 43 degrees. And then on Friday we got huge with a huge snowstorm, which so I'm really glad I decided to fly on Thursday and not Friday. So I was debating if I'd flown on Friday, I would not have been able to land. So I'd be stranded. Um, and where was I going? I lose my train of thought so easily. Which is why I have show notes that I like write down throughout the weeks, like, oh, I want to put that in my podcast. Oh, I want to put that in my podcast. Oh, I want to put that in my podcast. Um, so which is probably another reason why I was sick is I went out and I had to go to Rite Aid on Friday in this like in huge snowstorm. It was so I walked to Rite Aid, and to get food because the PBR, our dining room, which stands for Porterview Room. I won't tell you what my sister has come up with what it stands for. Um, and that's where all the residents eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Um, so yeah. Okay, lost my train of thought. Okay, I'll just go back to Saturday. Oh, my bulletin board. That's what I was talking about. Seasonal affective disorder. So Buffalo gets a lot of snow. Um, Up until now they hadn't, but now we do. It's 21 degrees right now. It was really windy last night. Like the whole building was shaking. Our building is 12 floors tall, so it was shaking. It was kind of scary. We had this little part where so our campus is really small, but so the college center where the Porterview dining room is behind the dorms, and so you come out of the Porterview room and you walk along a little sidewalk to the past along the dorms, and the dorms are facing away from us. So you have to walk all the way along the dorms and then come back in. But so the little section where you're walking past the dorms, in between the dorms and the parking lot, we call it the wind tunnel because if there's a slightest breeze, it's amplified like 10 times at this portion of the sidewalk. So when it was really windy last night, like it was so windy in the wind tunnel that you were walking. It was like one of those movies where you're walking against the wind and you were not making any forward progression. It was kind of weird but kind of fun at the same time. I was walking back from the library, so I had just gotten out of class and I had scanned in the Georgiana Shawlett from Jane Austen Knits to send to my mom, to put on her Kindle. Uh, I was walking back. I was just like, no, forward progression, not happening. So yeah. Um, so Buffalo weather has been quite odd. Um, okay, I think I'm just gonna fast forward because this is supposed to be about knitting, and right now it's all about it. I'm just rambling. Sunday check-ins. Dorms officially opened at noon. Check-ins, sat at the table. We each had an hour shift. I ended up having 2 hour shifts on both Sunday and Monday because there just aren't enough RAs to cover all the shifts that we need. We need everyone, 2 people each hour from 12 to 6 to help check people in. Check-in on the spring semester is not as bad as the fall semester. People keep their keys when they go home. The only people that we have to check in are the people who are changing rooms or are brand new to the dorms, which there's like a handful. There was probably 10. So, of course, I have my knitting sitting down there because it's quite boring during the spring semester. Um, Check-ins. So I was just sitting there, and then like every like 15 minutes, one person would come in and be like, "Oh, hi. Yeah, you're here. You were here before. Did you change rooms? No. Okay. Did your contact information change? Nope. Okay, you're good. See, welcome back." And then continue knitting. So on Sunday I worked from 2 to 3 and 3 to 4. No, 3 to 4 and 4 to 5, and then went to dinner. And then on Monday I worked from 2 to 3 and 5 to 6. And that's about it. Then had our floor meeting Monday night. Just said, hey, welcome back. How was your semester? What was your favorite Christmas gift? This and that. Policies haven't changed. Quiet hours, don't drink, all that sort of fun stuff. And then got a whole bunch of floor event ideas because that's one of my New Year's resolutions is I have to I want to be a better RA. I'm as my mother knows, I'm super hypercritical of myself. So this semester, get to know my residents more. I know them pretty well, but and like we're not supposed to be friends with them, but we're not supposed to be like, "Whoa, I'm the big bird already. I'm going to write you up for every little infraction." So I want to get to know them better. So I know when they're having problems. Keep my door open more this semester, like we're supposed to. Which part of that will have to be keeping my room clean because part of the reason I didn't keep my door open last semester was my room was a mess. Okay. And then my other New Year's resolution is to be more on top of planning floor events. So I got a whole bunch of ideas. I think on Monday my first floor event is going to be counted as our opening floor event. And it's going to be a chocoholic heaven. I want to have ice cream, chocolate ice cream, brownies, sprinkles, hot fudge, um, and so I just like to get together. How was the first week? Did you make it through? Did you survive? What's this semester look like for you guys? So if you guys have any fun activities, just give me a shout out or post a comment. And I will see if I can incorporate them into a floor event. I'm always looking for ideas. Um, okay, so that's basically what I've been. Just catch up with friends. Kind of busy, but I just had my first student association meeting just now. I just came from my first student association meeting for this semester. And we had our first event last night. It was Joel Myers. He is a magician, a comedic magician. He's been here before. He's quite good. Very funny, and a very good magician. Um, and you may have heard of him before. He's big in colleges. He's done shows. He's been on TV and stuff like that. So he's said I'll have to look him up. I never got the chance to, but he was very good. So if you're looking for someone to come and perform for some sort of event, Joel Myers, he is excellent. And throughout the semester, I'll give you guys more of the people who have come to perform for us because program committee is excellent in choosing the people who come to entertain us. Next week, we are looking forward to Mega Bingo, so I will inform you on how that goes. Bingo is always very big here. Okay, knitting. Um, so I didn't have much knitting last time because I was already packed. Everything was in the suitcase. You did see this, but I'm wearing my traveling woman again. Um, and okay, so I will start with my projects that I have on the needles. So a little bit of background for you guys. We got back and our first RA meeting was Saturday. When we were all back, We all came together, had pizza and wings, just to go over our policies, and just sort of a get-together meeting. Very basic stuff. Some things have changed. Some things that have changed. But one of the things that came up in the meeting that really shocked me was there is one of the food service people, and I might start getting emotional here because one of the food service people over the break um, was attacked in his apartment, and or his house. I don't know where he lives, and it was really bad. And he's so nice. He makes it a point to all the food service people are really nice to us. They say hi every time we come in, and this guy especially. I don't want to say his name because he's still really affected by it. He's still I saw him for the first time this weekend, and he's he's not himself, and it's really sad. He was basically left for dead in his apartment, and so he's staying with us now. He's staying over at the guest apartment in the apartments, um, but he's one of the most bubbly people I know, and one of the most outgoing people in the food service department. Always says hi, how are you doing? Makes jokes. I love him to death, and he's great. So I'm making a prayer stole for him, just because. I mean, I'm putting it. It's on. I want to get it done as soon as possible. I started it on Monday. It's on size 19 needles. I want to get it done and get it to him as soon as possible. So it's on size 19 needles. It's like woof needles. Um, but so here it is. It's almost done. I just have a little bit to go on it. I started on Monday. But as part of it, I've had all the RAs knit one stitch on it. So some of them already knit, so that was easy. Some of them don't, but that was fun. And I got the idea. My mom had this book in her knitting reservoir that's called Knit with Love, I believe. I don't remember the author. I'm sorry. But it's full of short stories that are really nice and comforting and humorous. And one of the stories was that one of the coworkers was their wife was having a baby, and so whenever someone's having a baby, the knitters always go, oh, I'm gonna make him a sweater, I'm gonna make him a hat, I'm gonna make him booties, blah blah blah. And so part of the story was they had all the coworkers knit one stitch on one of the items. So I was like, oh, I can do that here. So I had all the RAs knit one stitch on the stole for him, and I'm hoping to get it to him tomorrow morning. I would have gotten it to him tomorrow or this morning, but I had to take a little bit out, made a couple errors. But I just really want to get this done as soon as possible. Um, that's why I put on ginormous needles and get it to him. Okay, and so other projects that I'm working on this you can't really see it, but it's a sweater. Huge, huge sweater. Because it's gonna be so nice and warm. Um, I've made this already. I made it for a friend about a year, no, 2 years ago now, and gave it to her for her birthday. And then Evelyn in the PVR, she's our cashier. Um, awesome. I love her to death. I love Evelyn. Everyone loves Evelyn. And because you walk in, you swipe, and she's like, "Hi, honey. How are you? How was your day?" And if you're wearing something she's like, "Oh, I love those earrings you're wearing." Yesterday I was wearing my a blue crocheted vest that I've had for a while. She was like, "I love that vest you were wearing this morning. Oh man." I love her. Everyone loves Evelyn. She's everyone by name. All the food service uh people, all the food service people are absolutely phenomenal. But okay, so let's see if I can find the pattern real quick for you guys. There it is. It's called the Capelet Swing Cardi. It's in Crochet Today. The November December 2009 issue. So there it is. Oh, I keep forgetting that my webcam is mirror imaged. So okay, there it is. That's what I'm making. I've done the top. I've done the top portion of the cardigan. I'm now working on the bottom. It's worked in two pieces. Now, well, yeah, okay, we'll say 2 pieces. You work side to side for the top portion, and then you button it, and then you join at the bottom, and then work down for however long you want to make it. Okay, next project. Oh, okay, my scarf that I got that I was telling you guys about last. Oh, I got the hiccup all of a sudden, or indigestion, I don't know. Oh boy. Okay, the scarf, really, really like, it's like netting yarn. So you guys can see, here, I'll spread it out for you guys. Uh, there, see, netting, but it comes, you buy it in a ball like this, and then you spread out the strands, and it becomes netting. I love it. So cool. I got this from My Little Yarns. Oh, bugger, I don't have the wrap. I've got to get better on finding out what yarn I'm getting for you. I'll post it in the show notes. I know I brought the wrappers with me. I remember. I saw it. I'm like, oh, I have to bring them with me because I'm doing a podcast. But oh, and then I think my last work in progress is leg warmers. My friend Amanda wants me to make leg warmers. They've been on the needle since last semester, and so I finished one. So one leg warmer. It's in Red Heart, teal. Um, I really nice. It's softer than I've known Red Heart to be. Red Heart's, that go-to yarn when it's like super wash acrylic and you could wash it forever and ever and ever, but it's kind of not a little, it's kind of scratchy, but this is softer. It also bleeds. I can't knit for a while because my hands will turn green. And my needles are starting to turn green too. They're blue already, so it's not that bad, but I bought these needles specifically for the project. I'm new to knitting, so I don't have needles. Um, they're on size fives, I believe. But they're already like starting to stain. This is the first project they've been on. So, that's it for my works on the needles. Finished projects. Oh wait, no. I have my socks. Oh, so both Lindsay and I got sock yarn for Christmas, and so so I opened it up. I was like, oh, so you want to teach me how to do socks, eh? And yes, I had not learned how to do socks, so I learned how to do socks. So this is the toe slash half of the foot for the second sock. I finished the first sock right away. I have second sock syndrome right now. I haven't worked on it in a little bit. So yeah, okay. Sock. Finished sock. Woo, finished sock. Yay! Okay, I'm in a really weird mood. Sorry, I'm sick. Okay. It's on walk away sock yarn, same as Lindsay's, but different color. She says, and I have to agree, that it reminds her of crayons, and it does. It reminds me of crayons. Um, okay. What else? Oh, finished stuff. One of the, I think the only finished object. Oh, no. No. Oh, I forgot. Our knit along. Our shawl. So I've been working on the shawl, not as much as I would like, because all my time has been devoted to, the prayer stole. Um, to get that off the needles and given as soon as possible. So, oh, right side would be helpful. Right side, haha. Okay, so this is the Pavonis that I'm working on. That will be our knit along. So it's a little bit of mumbo jumbo right now. I'm hoping it will, because I have to speak positively about it. It will take shape as soon as I work on it a little bit more. Um, that could be a little bit because as I get to my future projects, I will explain why. So, finished project, the only finished project I have is a similar netting scarf, come here, that I wore yesterday. Um, it's just a tighter netting. So, There it is. Woo! It's so frilly and everybody loves it. Everybody's like, "Wow, you made that," which is the reaction I get to a lot of things. But if you don't knit, then I guess everything is like, sorry, it's like, wow, you made that. So, but they don't realize that like the net it already comes in the netting, so all you don't really do is like pick up the stitches and knit them. You don't like knit the actual netting. And so once I say that, the wow factor kind of decreases, but I still love it. I've worn it like 3 times in the past week. That's it for my finished projects. Future projects. Mostly I want to get all this stuff finished. Um, Evelyn's sweater has been on the hook since the beginning of last semester. So um, I yeah, I really need to get it done and give it to her. I want to get my socks done so I can get rid of second sock syndrome. Um, actually, let's face it, I want to get everything done. But future projects. I it's been a rough beginning of the semester for a lot of people. So I've